7.
Everybody ready? All right. Coach, you got an opening statement or something that you want to throw out?
I guess the opening statement would be I'm excited about what we've done so far with the recruits. We got into the game really late. To be 3 weeks in and to be able to get the talent that we've assembled was a blessing. I mean, the kids came in and they liked what they saw. They understood what we were trying to do here, and they're buying in. They're all in, so that's all we can ask for is for kids that we recruit to want to come here in all facets of the game and in life, and good people and also good basketball players to come in here and give our school a chance to win a national championship and also to give the city some excitement.
Is that what you sold them on? Look, you got a chance to win a national title here. How was the game plan of trying to get this together as quickly as it?
Well, I think the main game plan, especially with me and Mike, was, we can teach you. We're going to develop you. We're going to get you better. And then that's what most of the parents really wanted outside of the education piece. We know that's most important. But secondly, we can get you better. We can get you to where you want to go. And most of these kids want to go to the NBA. And who better to teach you that than myself and Mike? So most of the plan was we can develop you, get you there, and we'll give us the best chance to win a national championship as well.
You want to run through each of the 4 guys that you signed, what you liked about them, how the recruitment went?
Well, do I have to start with Alex?
If you want to.
Okay.
You can go with, I didn't say love.
I'm saying, we want to go with Alex. Or
yeah, why don't you go, or 5 guys actually, go in order of when they committed.
My son too?
Yeah, your son.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start with my son first. Just a blessing and a great opportunity for Jaden, my son, to be coming back to Memphis. He came to play his senior year here and then went to IMG Academy, got stronger, got better. Wanted to come back and basically show what he really could do for this university, not only through education but through athletics as well. And I'm excited because I want to have him being one of the best drop-dead shooters in the country, and he has the opportunity to be that. Top 5 shooters in the country, so that's what he can bring to the team. Alex Lomax, back-to-back Mr. Basketball, sophomore and junior year, 3-time in-a-row state champion. You bring winning. You bring the pedigree of a guy that he doesn't care about who gets the credit. He just wants to win, and that's what the city's going to love about him. He's going to play his heart out every night. He's not going to wow you with scoring. He will when he has to, but the majority of his game is going to be making sure teammates are happy, making sure the game is being won. So I'm very excited about that. Tyler Harris, explosive, a lot of energy. I call him a weapon because there's nobody like him on his team. There's nobody like him in our conference. He's a guy he's small in stature, but he has a heart bigger than the city. And he's going to bring so much to the table. And we got some big plans for him. Just explosive. That's all I can say. He's a scorer. And I look forward to him making plays for the teammates as well. Antoine Jones is just call him a pit bull. He can play 2 or 3 positions, multiple positions, 2, 3. You can put him at some 4 depending on who you're playing against, and he'll take the challenge against anybody. He's full of confidence, really good defender, great playmaker, can play some 1, offensively 1, 2, 3, and 4. So he's a guy that's very versatile. And then Isaiah Maurice, man, to be down to the wire on the big men that were left out there in the country, for him to want to come and visit Memphis and put us on his list of wanting to come to visit, and then actually choose here in the same weekend is huge for us. Great footwork, shot 48% from the 3 last year, and won the national championship in JUCO. And with Antoine, the same thing. He won the state championship in Florida. And with Tyler, he was Mr. Basketball this year. So we're bringing winners. All these kids are winners, and that's what we want. Like we said, losing is not an option. And we chose great kids and that are very talented, but they're winners at the game as well.
We all expect that when you walk into a living room and it's Anthony Hardaway that it's like a guaranteed you're going to get the recruiter. Any challenges that you faced out on doing recruiting?
Well, there were some challenges. A couple kids that we wanted out of Atlanta. Ashton Hagans was a big point guard. And E.J. Montgomery, who was a 4-man/5, they went to Kentucky. We came into the game so late that Kentucky had already did a great job and grabbed those guys, but we kept pounding. We kept pounding the pavement, kept looking at guys, kept making calls, and then we ended up getting a really good class for the amount of time that we had.
You're going to be competing with a lot of those types of schools with the kids. You're going after going forward. How do you beat those guys for those big time recruits? What's your
Well,
strategy?
now we feel like the playing field is even because we're going to start at the same time on the 2019, the 2020, the 2021. 2018, we started so late, they had already had a jump on us. So, I feel like we can compete with anyone now with going forward because we can get to the kids just like they are and have ample time to, allow the kid to understand who we are and what we can do for them. And we do understand the history of the Dukes, the Kentuckys, the Carolinas, the Kansas, but we're here to put Memphis on the map, back on the map.
Penny, do you expect to add anybody else for this class and all the guys that returned from last year that haven't already made their intentions known of transferring? Are they going to be on the team?
Well, we did have some guys that made it known that they wanted to go elsewhere, and I think those guys have been, announced. They were going to leave, and the guys that are coming back are excited. They're all in. They're buying into. If I'm answering your question right.
Yeah, everybody else is planning on coming back.
Yeah, as far as we know, everybody else that's still here wants to be here, wants to be all in. They understand what's going on, and they want to be a part of it.
And will you add to this class right now?
Well, we're still looking, for another shooter. The way that we want to play, we want to spread the floor, kind of how Villanova did, kind of how pretty much the Houston Rockets play, like a pro style, open the floor up and just play basketball and then get out the people on the defensive end. So you can always use another shooter. You don't try to get guys alike, and you can always use a specialist. And I believe in shooters being on the floor to spread the floor out.
So you lost those two to Kentucky. Are you confident in the future you'll get some from Kentucky?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like the playing field is even now, and Cal does a great job. You understand what they have to offer. All those guys that are in the NBA right now. I think all of their contracts together are worth $1 billion, and most of the kids, they want to make it to the league. They feel like that's one of the highest sources to take or programs to go to help their percentages to go into the NBA. And me and Mike's deal so far, and Tony, is we have it right here. We can tell you how it is, we can show you how it is, and to get you better going to that next level.
Any progress on the home and home with Kentucky?
It's progress. We're trying to get it home and home. Cal, the last time I spoke with him, wanted a neutral site. He really wanted to be home and home, so we're still working on that.
Do you see we've heard about the Tennessee game? I guess there was a report about UAB. Are there going to be other games added, bigger, big time games added to next year's schedule? Do you feel like next year's schedule?
Absolutely. Tom and I spoke about that. I'm looking to play, and when I first took this job, man, I want to play the big boys. That's how you measure yourself, especially early. You want to have an opportunity to see who you are and what you're about, and you can't shy away from competition because you're going to have to play it in an NCAA tournament anyway. And my philosophy has been, as a coach, I always play the national circuit to try to figure out what we were, and nothing changes coming here. So the schedule is going to get better and better every year.
Do you worry about raising expectations? You've said national championship twice. You said you're going to beat Kentucky for players. You said you're setting a high standard here. Do you ever worry about setting too high expectations?
Not at all. I mean, you're supposed to shoot for the for the sky. I feel confident from my relationships with families over the years when I was in AAU, when I was in high school, and given a fair chance, why wouldn't they want to come here? I mean, we're going to have a lot to offer.
Any rumors are out there about Sam Mitchell possibly joining your staff. What can you tell us about that?
Well, right now I'm still narrowing it down, but Sam is one of the names that's in there. It's such a how can you not have him in there? There's been a lot of guys that have called, but when you have NBA guys calling that have had coaching experience, and I know the thing is no college experience, but basketball is basketball, man. You got to understand that, and when you can get the veterans in here to help the kids, develop kids, and that to me is the biggest thing. And he is one of the. I never really had a full connection with Sam, just the respect from playing against one another when I was in the NBA and he was in the NBA. But I do have a respect for what he's done, coaching the Raptors, coaching the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now he's on NBA TV, and he's such a basketball mind. You want those guys to be around the kids to help develop them, and that's what I'm big on. We're going to be big on developing kids and getting them better.
How did you learn about Antoine Jones, and how did you end up landing him?
Well, I've been knowing about Antoine for a very long time. He has a teammate, Emmett Williams, who I really loved, and we've been playing against those guys forever in AAU, and I've always loved his game. And once we got wind that he was not going to go back to Texas A&M, he was opening his recruiting back up. We flew to Orlando and met with his dad, his coach, and him, and then told him just give us a visit and then see where it goes. And he came on his first visit, and Hey man, I love everything that's, I mean, how can you not? And what we're gonna have to offer. This beautiful building, you have the FedEx Forum, you have myself and Mike, you know, so, you know, they were happy with that.
What has it been like for you, like around town, since your opening press conference, and people just glad that
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part.
Since your opening press conference, what has it been like for you, just with people in the community around town and stuff
It's
like
amazing since the press conference that everywhere that I go now, it's like I just chose University of Memphis out of Treadwell as a player all over again. I mean, it really does. It feels like everywhere I go, I'm getting a standing ovation or fans saying thank you for choosing to come and help us. I mean, it's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling because everybody's buying in, everybody's excited, and that's what we really wanted to do in the community, to get the community excited about Tiger basketball again.
When
you
you're
look at
talking
that-
with recruits in the home, Penny, are they asking you about, 1 year, 2 year? I mean, can you get guys to buy in on the idea that we can help you get where you want to go to the NBA, but it might mean being here 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, no one has really came to us saying, hey, I want to be a one and done as of yet. I'm sure we know the talent level, what guys that are thinking about that. So we can have those guys understand that if you are one and done, we have no problem with you leaving and testing the waters. You know, we'll be there for advice. You know, who better to give you advice than pro guys and then understanding. So if we feel like a guy is ready, we're not going to hold him back and we're going to let him go. But no one has really come to us as of yet to say, hey, I want to come for 1 year. What can you do for me? Or 2 years. You're going to have some 4-year guys. You're going to have some 2-year guys. You're going to have some one and done guys. It's just how it works.
Does it help you guys if that ends up changing, if they end up changing the one and done?
I think it hurts. It hurts college basketball overall if they allow guys. I mean, I'm for it, but I think it does because you won't get a chance to see all the great players because all the great players now have to come for at least 1 year. When they stop doing that, then college basketball is going to hurt a little bit because the guys that are going to stay 2 are going to be good enough, but the guys that had the opportunity to go, college fans won't get a chance to see those guys.
You
Is Larry
mentioned
Brown not going to be a part of the enterprise here? I got he was offered a job as a consultant. Are you moving on without him? Are you
Yeah, I think we
disappointed?
just have to, you know, as of right now, we just have to move forward.
You've
in
been
terms
really
of
big on
the,
Instagram and social media, kind of giving that behind the scenes look into it. What do you think that adds to you as the coach here and giving that opportunity?
Well, I think it adds a lot because the fans, they deserve, and you guys too, kind of deserve to see what's going on with us and how things are forming. And so a lot of stuff is secretive and we hold things in, but to kind of open up and let people see the facility, to learn more about me, to talk about going to visit recruits. I think that's just giving the fans, you got to connect with the hometown and with the fans. That's what I believe in.
we talked about the assistants. Is the rest of the, and you announced Dwight and Rodney, is the rest of the infrastructure, like strength coach, guys like that, are they all in place now as well, or?
Yeah, when I first came in, Tom kind of gave me some suggestions on some guys in positions that should stay for at least a year. And I can assess those for a year so they can make my transition much smoother. So I was smart enough to understand that and didn't try to fight it. And that's where it is right now. So most of the guys, a few of the guys are still here from Coach Smith's era. And we'll decide on that maybe next year. And then some things I did change.
So is the only spot you need to fill before next season this last assistant spot, or do you
Last
have
assistant and video.
video?
guy.
What did you see in Mike? What was it about Mike Miller? He said, I was just talking to him, he said talking to you was a little bit like a mirror image in terms of you love the game, but you wanted to have an impact on young kids. What was it about Mike?
It's the same thing. Mike is such a wonderful person. He loves the game. He loves teaching. He loves kids. He's a basketball mind. I can never, express that enough because understanding the game, understanding how to teach kids, getting kids better, in a timely manner. I feel like we both do that really well, and that's why we both started AAU programs to try to give back, and we want to help. And it was an easy choice for Mike.
Yeah, let's talk about Mad Dog. You got him on your staff now. He's the only coach on your staff with actual college experience. Does that really increase his role now in terms of, he's been 20 years as far as knowing what to do on the college level and some of the things you can and can't do along the
Oh,
way?
absolutely. Tony has been so huge for me because he was the only guy I had for a couple weeks, and he knows the rules inside out. First it's compliance, and then it's Tony that I call on every day. So Tony knows, and we're going to pile everything on his back when it comes to understanding what to do and what not to do with recruits along with the compliance department. But he is huge from that point of view that he will be one of the guys, if we don't get another college guy, that has the college experience because, Mike and I don't.
You guys go back and forth from the days that you played together in the same backcourt, and when you faced off against each other, he was at Melrose, you were at Treadwell?
Well, you know, we talk about the good times. We don't talk about the going against each other. We always talk about the days of Coach Finch and Coach Dorsey Sims and our times at practice or in the game or funny moments with teammates and things of that nature. The only thing that we really fought about is Tony said he needs more pictures up around the place. So
You can make that happen.
yeah, no doubt.
Hey, what's your plans for this team for this summer, heading to the fall?
You know, just grind and work it out, man. You know, we're not going anywhere. Maybe next year we'll take a trip to Europe. This year we're just going to let the guys come in and get better. We're trying to, you know, breed a culture around here that's about winning, not making excuses, family atmosphere, brotherhood, and understanding what this thing is about. You know, we want to get in it. We do, and I keep saying that ultimately we want to win a national championship. And that, I mean, it's not far-fetched. It's not, because if you watch the NCAA this year, nobody picked Loyola, nobody picked Nevada. It's possible if you have the right team, the right mindset, the right coaches pushing you, anything is possible.
So this summer is mostly about chemistry then?
Yeah, it's about laying down the foundation of what we're going to be and who we're going to be this upcoming season, so that when we go into the season, no one is going to be mistaken on who we really want to be and what we are.
With the style you want to play, Penny, do you think you'll be one of the most exciting teams in the country to watch play right out of the gate?
I know we will be. I think that the fans will be very impressed. I know that the kids want to play this style. We want to open it up, want to get up and down, and then we want to, on defense, man, we're going to switch things up. It's not going to be your traditional get back in the half court, play D. We're going to switch it up and play a lot of different styles on defense as well. So we're excited and ready to go.
Is there anything surprised you about this whole thing? About anything about this job, having this job is different than what you thought?
I think the biggest thing that shocked me about having a job is that all of the rules that come along with being a coach, you have to be very careful. The smallest thing is a no-no on this level. So I'm very careful on how I do things. Courtney Benson, who is our compliance, one of our compliance people, she hears my phone. I mean, her phone is ringing all day for me because I don't want to make any mistakes. I don't want to bring any blemishes or anything on the university. So that's the biggest thing, the NCAA rules of any little small thing. Like I haven't been able to go back and even celebrate with East, and I can't because of what's happened with me getting this job. And to see them from afar celebrating the third state championship in a row without me is kind of tough, but those are the rules.
You're about to start your first evaluation period as a coach. What are you looking for out on the recruiting trail in 2019, 2020?
Man, just solid players, man. Everybody doesn't have to be a 5-star. It has to be something that, you know, that I see. I like the eye test. I see a kid and I like some things that they do that will attract me. I don't have to go out and go after one specific kid. Like that, you have to carefully blend it together. Some guys might be strictly defenders. Like they get every rebound, they defend well, because you need those glue guys as well. So going out on a circuit, I just want to see guys that are unselfish, that don't care who get the success, that just want to win. And I really want to go after winners more so than anything.
Looking forward to sitting around a cramped gym for 12 hours?
I'm looking forward to it because I've been on the other side of it. And now when I used to look at the coaches over there, now I'm one of those coaches over there, you know, looking in excitement because I'm going to enjoy this process of kind of dissecting kids' games and seeing where they fit in with our schemes.
You said you wanted a shooter for that last scholarship. Is there a preference position-wise, whether it's stretch 4 or guard? Like that?
Man, stretch 4 would be amazing. I mean, anytime you can get a big that can stretch the floor, that'd be great. But, you know, we're just, whatever pops our way that kind of, we feel like that fits the schemes of what we're doing. You know, it could be a stretch 4. It could be just a flat-out specialist, a shooter. You know, you need guys, like I say, you need guys on the floor that can stretch the floor.
Do you anticipate having Jeremiah Martin ready for the beginning of the season?
Yeah, we feel like very confident that Jeremiah will be ready. He's working hard. He's doing what he's supposed to do and following the protocol of what the doctors are telling him, not doing anything crazy. So we feel like he'll be more than ready by the time the season starts.
Why was it so important for you to get Tyler when you have a point why was Tyler?
Like I said, Tyler is a weapon, man. You got to have guards, and I have mentors that I talk to about the game. And if you watch the game, you got to have good guards to win championships. You know, and that's where the game is headed right now. You got to have a Tyler, you got to have Alo. They mesh together and play. They become a problem for everyone else. I'm tired of Tyler Harris being a problem for me. All the years that I had to coach against him and then sleepless nights and working out game plans. Now I need him to be a problem for other people.
Did they want to play together?
Yeah, they did. Actually, I think their friendship got closer when the city divided, because it was a divided city between Alex and Tyler, because he had his following and Alex had his following, and you know, it was a shame because they really liked each other, but now they're really excited to play with one another. And I'm ready to see that as well.
Is there any kind of comparison back when you were at Treadwell and you had all the East kids at 6 and Billy Smith, and it seemed like you guys were fighting it on the court in high school, but everybody still wanted to come here. That's the feeling you want to get back in.
Yeah, I think the one thing that helped me with Anthony Douglas and Billy Smith with our rivalry was that I grew up in the same neighborhood as they did, and we just really wanted to win for the city. You know, we put our differences aside, even though we were rivals. We put our differences aside to try to come and do one common thing for the university, and that's just win. So that's why I'm glad that Tyler decided to stay home, Alex decided to come home, and to play together, because you know there's enough minutes, there's enough time for these guys to get done what they need to get done on the floor, and not be jealous of one another and go win together.
Have you received any resistance, I guess, from anybody about people decommitting from other schools to now come here?
No, not really. I mean, I haven't received any flack from them, because I feel like a kid. There's so many of these going on around the country. We were just fortunate enough that once we showed the kids what we had to offer, that they wanted to choose here. And I haven't gotten any flack from it. I think college coaches understand that happens.
Any progress on the shoot for the school next year?
No, Nike's putting some things together right now. I spoke with them at the Final Four about what's going to happen with the school and the special things that they would do for us, and they want to go put a plan together and bring it back to us. So we'll have to wait until that happens.
How about for Memphis Madness? Little Penny could make a.
You never know. Little Penny could make some appearances this year.
Coach, how important is that night going to be for your 2019 class?
Very important. I mean, that to me is the one thing that I really started focusing on once I got the job, besides getting the recruits, was Memphis Madness night, because it hasn't been the way that it should have been in a while, and we have to make this thing amazing.
Any leaders for the Memphis Madness spotlight outside of basketball?
We don't want to talk about that right now, but as we get closer, we'll start to leak some things.
Teddy, you said losing is not an option. It does not appear that there's going to be a transitional year where it's average and everything's fine. You seem like you're ready to go gung-ho first year and be quite successful.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe in these players that we have coming back. I believe in the players that we recruited. I understand what our coaching staff is capable of, and it's not far-fetched to think that way. And that's just the way that I'm built. I'm not trying to be cocky or brag or anything. It's just I've been that way my entire life, and I've been successful in being that way because I attack things. I don't just sit back and allow things to happen to me. So we're going to attack this thing the way that we should, and we're going to go in with the winning mindset.
Are you going to have a camp this summer?
Yeah, we're going to have a camp, and hopefully it's.
You have the details yet?
When are we going to put the camp details out? We're working on the dates, and we'll definitely put it out.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks.